Hey guys, it's Bunny, and I got a story to tell you today. Um, I I don't even know if I've turned the volume on this thing. Let me check here real quick. Okay, so this is the thing. I suffer from depression. I think I've told you. Maybe not. Maybe I haven't even told you that. I look kind of rough. Sorry about that. But anyway, I suffer from depression, and I had a spell. I've talked about my boyfriend, or maybe I haven't. Anyway, I have the best boyfriend in the world. He's really, really sweet. And there was this time that I was having a rough spell. And he came home one night and he said, I need you to go with me to Lowe's. I've got to go look for something that I need for work. And so I'm like, okay, we'll go to Lowe's. And I want you to look at the view that I'm looking out. The windshield's really dirty, but look at that view. Can you see how pretty that is? That's what I'm looking at while I'm talking to you guys. Isn't that pretty? I hope you can see it. Anyway, he said, I need to go to Lowe's and get something for work. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. And like I said, I'm feeling depressed. So I go with him and we go staggering through Lowe's and we go up and down the aisles looking around, and he never buys anything. He's finally like, let's go. And I'm like, well, what are you looking for? I'll help you look for it. And he goes, oh, it's hard to explain. So I'm like, okay. And we leave without ever buying anything. Well, okay. It happens. Well, so the next night he says to me, let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods. I want to look for something. Maybe he even said he wanted to look at shoes or something. I don't know. So we go to Dick's and we stagger around Dick's and we look at the fishing supplies. And then he goes, oh, let's go look at the shoes. So we look at the shoes. And then we go look at the hunting stuff. And we look at all this, that, and other thing. We waste at least a good half hour and we never buy anything. Okay. Well, so the next night he comes in and he's like, oh, you know what? I need something for fishing. Let's go to Bass Pro Shop. So we go to Bass Pro Shop and we spend at least a half an hour walking through all the fishing aisles. And there's a lot of fishing aisles at Bass Pro Shop. And we go through all of them. All the fishing aisles at Bass Pro Shops. Well, the next night he comes in there and he's like, the other night I didn't find what I was looking for at Lowe's. So let's go to Home Depot. I need to go to Home Depot and see if I can find that thing that I didn't find the other day at Lowe's. And I'm like, well, what was it that you needed? And he goes, well, it's hard to explain. I can't explain it to you. So I'm like, okay. So we go, and you know what? They didn't have it either. And he could never explain to me what it was. And so we go through this day after day, day after day after day after day after day. And it went on for, okay, no problem. I guess probably a month and a half. Month and a half at least, maybe 2 months before it finally clicks into me. He's doing this to get me out of the house every day. Every single day, he was getting me out of the house, walking me around, just doing nothing for half an hour. I knew where everything was in Walmart, in Bass Pro Shops, in Dick's, in Home Depot and Lowe's. I could tell you everything in every aisle of those stores because every night we went to one of them. We went walking up and down the aisles, up and down the aisles. And I never said a word to him about it once I finally figured out what was going on. Because I just loved being with him and he just wanted to get me out of the house. And it was about, I guess it was 2 years later that I was talking to a friend of mine who was suffering from depression, and I was telling her about what he had done, and he was standing there and listening to me explaining to her about what had happened and what he had done. And and I looked over at him and I said, I never explained to you that I figured out what you were doing, did I? And he said, no. And I said, well, thank you for that. And he said, it's no big deal. And it was a big deal to me. And tears filled my eyes because He's the sweetest guy in the world. He really, really is the sweetest guy in the world. Doing that for me just because I was depressed and because I needed to get out of the house. And he was just doing what he could to try to make me feel better because I was depressed. And he does what he can. He does what he can. And he just, he is absolutely the sweetest guy that there is. And I'll tell him lots of times, I need to tell you something, but don't judge me. And he doesn't. He's sweet and he's patient and he's kind. And I'll say, I need to tell you something, but it sounds crazy. And he doesn't judge me. And a lot of times he'll say, I think things like that sometimes, or I've had those thoughts, or I feel like that. And it surprises me because I don't expect him to come up with that he feels those things or he thinks those things, or because we're pretty much polar opposites in most things. And it's just nice. It's just nice that sometimes knowing that he tries to understand, that he tries to be patient with me, and that he tries to understand what I'm going through. And actually, even last night, we were going to sleep, and I started to cry, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, I don't want to be crazy forever. I just don't. And he said, "It's not forever. It's just temporary. You're going to get better." And it's just those little words of encouragement that sometimes mean so much. They mean so much. And for so many years, I didn't have somebody that knew the right things to say. And I just wish that everybody had somebody to say those right things that mean so much. It makes such a difference to have somebody that can just say the smallest thing that makes a world of difference. It matters a lot. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that story about him dragging me around for 30 minutes every day because it was a sweet story. It was a sweet thing that he did, but it was really nice. So I tend to isolate when I'm depressed, and I think a lot of other people do. So if you're one of those people that isolates, see if you can drag yourself around Walmart, Bass Pro, Home Depot, Dick's Sporting Goods for about 30 minutes a day, every day for about a month, and see if it makes you feel a little better. Anyway, this video is going to be a little bit short, and that's okay. It's one of his favorite sayings. It's okay. It's okay. But it's okay because I look really rough today. I've been trying to start a garden. That'll be another topic for another day. But I just wanted to share with you about that. So I hope y'all have a good day. And keep on smiling. Talk to you later. Bye.